When it comes to your faith, you want to take it more seriously. But how? Your family is central to everything you do. But why does it feel chaotic most days? Food is a daily basic need. But how can you keep yourself and your family well fed with your crazy schedule?
These are all questions you likely wonder on a weekly basis. Us too. That's why we're here. We don't claim to have all the perfect answers, but we want to share our experiences, our expertise, and what's helped us along the way in this messy life.
Our hope is to equip you with strategies to be more disciplined in your faith, have more peace and purpose in your family, and feel more confident with your food and your health.
Life is messy, but we don't have to face it alone. Together, we can jump into the mess of life and make an adventure of it.
This is the Boles of Life podcast. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Virginia. As we've gone through life, we've learned something important.
Life is messy. It gets complicated.
But we've also learned that we can create tools to help us jump into the mess of life and make an adventure of it.
Welcome to our messy adventures of faith, family, and food. Since we're going to be your host on this podcasting journey, we thought it would be appropriate to let you get to know us. And so despite us being only in our early 30s, we've actually been together for nearly 2 decades because we started dating in the 8th grade and then got married almost 10 years later. Now we have 3 little mess makers of our own to love and care for as we navigate this messy life. Virginia, why don't you tell us a little bit more about you specifically?
Yeah, so outside of being a wife and a mother of 3, I am a friend who loves to bring people together around a table of food and just enjoy each other's company and just fellowship together. I enjoy being creative with my hands through food and cooking and also crafts. And I also love being a musician on our church's worship team. By trade, I am a registered dietitian. I work in private practice, and my passion is to help people have a positive relationship with their body and food and just make eating and their daily patterns more simple when it comes to food.
I am a connections pastor. I kind of say it like this. I manage both the digital and physical front doors of the church we're a part of, the Exchange. And I do that on the digital side through social media, website, and a few other odds and ends there. And on the physical side, I do that through overseeing church membership and several of our serve teams. And those serve teams, they're all kind of geared towards creating a positive and welcoming environment in our church family. These days, my biggest free time activity is probably reading because I can read a couple sentences at a time and toss my book down and just jump back into whatever you or the kids are getting into. But I'm also always looking for a chance to sink an hour or 2 or 3 into a good video game or go play a round of disc golf. Now, one of the things we said we wanted to do is to be constantly equipping you. And so on most episodes, one of the things we want to equip you with is a really quick and easy recipe that doesn't require a lot of time, doesn't require 1,000 ingredients, and you can just toss it in pretty last minute when you can't think of what else to make today. So we thought we would kick off with one that I've become a fan of that Virginia, I guess, introduced me to is the right way to say it. Virginia, why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, I think it was a trend on Instagram at some point, but it's basically just an egg and cheese quesadilla. You crack a couple eggs into your pan. Make sure your pan is big enough to house that whole tortilla, and you'll let those cook for just a little bit, and you'll slap that tortilla on top of the egg, let it cook a little bit more. It will stick to your tortilla. Then you flip the tortilla over with the egg and you sprinkle your cheese on top. Now you can also add any other toppings you want to add at this point, but if that is all you have in your fridge, then you just you flip that tortilla over to make it a quesadilla. Make sure it gets a little crispy, and then you're good to go. Cut it into little triangles, and you have a nice egg and cheese quesadilla.
It's delicious, and I very much recommend pairing it with salsa and chips. That being said, I recommend pairing everything with salsa and chips. So, take that for a grain of salt. Awesome. Well, here's how you guys can help us as we're going through this podcasting journey together. You can do all the normal things of liking the podcast, give it a rating, go write a review, make sure you subscribe so you get all the new episodes when they come out, and make sure you also share this podcast, whether that looks like posting it on social media or just telling a friend about your new favorite pod, because we are your new favorite pod, by the way. But there are some Boles of Life specific things you can do as well.
Yep, you can head on over to our website, bolesoflife.com. You can check out the free resources that we've designed to help you make an adventure out of faith, family, and food.
And while you're there, you can also consider becoming a supporter of Boles of Life by giving a one-time gift or becoming a monthly supporter.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us on this journey of messy adventures in faith, family, and food.